There are tons of reasons why you should visit Ecuador. But, without a doubt, one of the best reasons is its food. And you're in luck, because today we're gonna focus on some inexpensive foods you can get here in Ecuador for $1 or less. So, let's get this started. When thinking about inexpensive foods, one of the first places that came to mind is a bakery. So the first place I went to visit was the bakery Giler, which has incredible bread at cheap prices. ¿Cuántos panes se puede obtener por $1? O sea, de cada tipo.
Por $1, aquí el pan es grande. O sea, el pan aquí es para el tamaño normal de otras panaderías, que es grandecito, y por $1 son 8 panes. 8 panes, sea de dulce, sea de sal, mixto. Como quiera son a 2 por 25. Ya. Y si es uno, pues 15, dependiendo del pan, porque hay otra variedad de panes como pan pizza, pan de queso, pan de canela, de chocolate, hay pasteles, choripán, cada uno tiene su precio, pero no es tampoco exagerado.
¿Y las roscas en sí tienen el mismo precio que el pan? ¿Son más caras, más baratas? ¿Y cuántas se pueden obtener por $1?
Se vende por funditas de rosca, que son 10 roscas por 50 centavos, esa es la fundita. También hay roscas integral, que son 9 roscas por 50 centavos. También es como el cliente también le gusta, cuando está las roscas así en el horno o en el carril, me dice, véndame los 25, pues vendemos 25, que sería a 5 centavos cada rosca. Así mismo hay personas que vienen, si le llevo $5, me dicen cuánto más me daría para el negocio, y ahí les hacemos también el descuento.
Most bakeries here in Ecuador have great bread at affordable prices, and Artepan is no exception. And they also have some of my favorite roscas, as well as some extra pastries to boot. Quería saber, ¿qué se puede comprar por $1?
Pancito de membrillo, que es con mermelada de guayaba, vale 15 centavos y te damos 7 por $1, ¿sí? Al igual que el de coco. Viene con ralladura de coco, es un pan dulce, 7 por $1, el valor es de 15 centavos por unidad. Tenemos el empastado dulce, a 20 centavos cada uno, y te damos 5 por $1. Tenemos el redondo mixto, que es un pan injerto entre dulce y sal. Este vale 15 centavos, pero damos 8 por $1. Igual el enrollado de sal, 15 centavos y damos igual 7 por $1. Tenemos también empanadillas de manjar, son a 35 centavos y damos 3 por $1. ¿Sí? Igual tenemos orejitas así en paqueticos, por unidad salen 15 centavos y tenemos el paquete de 7 por $1. Algunas veces sale por unidad. Tenemos también unos rollitos que se llaman pionono, que vienen rellenos de manjar, es un cake relleno de manjar, y vale 35 centavos y damos 3 por $1. Tenemos las berlinesas, 4 por $1. Es de la misma masa de la dona rellena de manjar. El azucarado, el pan dulce azucarado pequeño, 10 centavos, y lo normal, o sea, 10 por $1. También puedes llevarlo surtido, el que tú desees $1. Sí, que si un empastado, un enrollado, un de membrillo, exacto, que te haga $1. El pan de sal, pan de chocolate, tenemos fundita de 10 panes por $1. Pan de agua, hay mucha variedad.
Quería saber si habían otras cosas que también valían $1, aparte de lo que son los panes.
Tenemos el postre, estos postres de chocolate mojado en este caso, $1 la porción. ¿Sí? Tenemos el mosaico pequeño, $1. Tenemos, ¿qué otra cosita? El queso de leche, la porción de $1 también. Tenemos también lo que es la línea integral. Pan integral, tenemos la fundita de $1. Pan integral dulce de $1. Las roscas también $1. Hay paqueticos de $1 y paqueticos de 50 centavos también. Y hay normales integrales, también tenemos las roscas integrales de 50 centavos.
And now it's time to check out the amazing encebollado, which is cheap, but not exactly $1. Y una porción extra de chifle para cada uno. Now, unfortunately, you can't buy encebollado for $1, but you can get some extra things for encebollado for less than $1. For example, these bags of chifle each cost 25 cents, and you have the juice, which is also about 25 cents to 50. So even if you can't get the encebollado itself for $1, you can get some extra things that will make the encebollado experience that much better. I also thought it would be great to mention that Ecuador uses US currency, but people mainly use coins over bills, and Ecuador even has its own 50, 25, 10, and 5-cent coins, which are similar in size and shape to the United States coins. There are no Ecuadorian bills, and from what I understand, most people here find it easier to carry change since things aren't that expensive anyways. And it also helps with self-control, so you don't spend all your money. So here we have a variety of candies, sweets, chocolates, and such that don't all cost $1, but some of them do. So we're gonna check those out right now. Most of the chocolate made here in Ecuador is quite inexpensive, ranging from $1 or less, although some chocolates do have different, more luxury brands, and those can be more expensive, like the mint chocolate, which was almost $5. Also, imported chocolates do tend to be more expensive as well, which is why most people will buy and sell national chocolate over imported chocolates. Lollipops are quite cheap, most are under $1, and gummies are also quite inexpensive, with most being under $1. And now we move on to cookies and crackers, which are also quite inexpensive. For example, if we take a look at these Amor cookies, they're really good and they're really inexpensive. And there's tons of different flavors, and I mean personally I love them even if I haven't eaten them in a long time, and tons of other people love them. There are also tons of other generic national brands which are really inexpensive and really good, and most people tend to buy these individually because they come out really cheap. That's why even though this is more of a supermarket setting, if you find these at stores, you'll find them for cents, sometimes 20 to 30. And even though these boxes of crackers are slightly over $1, the smaller bags you can find them for less than $1. And they're very similar to the Ritz that you would be used to in the States. So here we have the potato chips, which you might recognize, very similar to the United States, until we come over here and we have some other types of chips that you might not find in the States. Or maybe you will, but most of the time I think you won't. There are also these bags of plantain chips, which in supermarkets you might find at almost $1, but they're still very inexpensive. But if you look for them in stores, you'll actually find them sometimes for less. You can find some bags for around 25 to 50 cents, with bigger bags being about 50 cents to an actual $1. Then we come across Doritos, Ruffles, and other national brands of chips, which are also very inexpensive. Most of the time, the price is ranging from around 25 cents to $1, depending on where you buy them. Most of the time in supermarkets, they'll be a little bit marked up, but if you go and find them in a store, you might find them for around 50 cents or less, depending on the bag of chips you buy, and obviously the size. And of course, we have all of these amazingly sugary sweets, which are obviously under $1, and I'm assuming that's because they're sugary and unhealthy, so you know. Whatever you do, do not come to the cereal section if you're looking for something cheap. This is definitely not $1 or less. And once again, to clarify, these are probably not $1 or less, or are not inexpensive at all, because they're imported. So, you know, take that into consideration whenever you want to buy cereal here. Every bakery has something that makes them special, and I think the supermarket's bakery is no exception. Their bread does have a peculiar taste, which I find to be really good, but it's a little bit more expensive than the rest. But if you're not into bread, you can always go for the pastries. Some of them are a little bit more expensive than $1, but some of them are under, so you know. Oh, hi. Alright, so if you're down here in Ecuador, one of the sweets that I recommend, even though I don't really eat sweets right now, is tangos. Tangos are amazing, they're very inexpensive. So there are some sweets, treats, snacks, everyday foods that you'll find here in Ecuador for $1 or less. But this is just the beginning. I do plan on showing you guys more foods in a different video that cost $1 or less. And I do plan on talking about other foods that might be a little bit over $1, but are still to die for. So if you want to check that out, make sure to subscribe so that you know when that video comes out. And that's it for today's video, guys. Did it surprise you to see the prices of these things, or was it exactly as you expected? How much do these things cost in your country? Leave me a comment down below and let me know. And you know how it is, make sure to get good sleep, eat tons of good, inexpensive food, drink tons of water, and as always, ace out.